G'day adventurers. In this video I'm going to do an UHF aerial install. You may notice that there is something missing, and that's my aerial I've been using. It was secondhand, and if you've been watching our adventures you would have noticed when we went up to Sheepyard Flat in the Upper Jamison Hunt that the fiberglass whip finally decided to break and let go.
Good old aerial was broken on yesterday's adventures, so looks like I'm going to be up for a new aerial. Oh, not bad for a second-hand one that I'd had for 2.5 years.
So I've gone and got myself a brand new 6.6 decibel UHF aerial, and I'm going to swap the old one out and fit the new one. Alright, first before we do swap it out, why did I buy and go the route of the GME aerial? Well, for starters, GME is an Australian owned and made company, so we're going to support local and chuck a local product in. Also, if I can get this out of here, one of the reasons I went down the path of this particular aerial with the 6.6 dBi whip is you can actually remove the extended 6.6 whip, and you can even put a shorter 2.1 whip on just by simply screwing and unscrewing it. The spring base, it's a medium duty, so it's still quite nice and strong, and it's a nice subtle black, so it should match all the bar work on here as well. It's not a real big challenge to replace the aerial. As you can see, the whip's gone already, so I've cut the cable, it's gone. So all we need to really do is just pull out the old cable and fit the new aerial and cable in. So I just need to go through and cut these cable ties. And then we just need to remove the spring base. And there we go, the last of the old second-hand aerial that I've been running for a while. Just got to remember where I run this. Alright, I'll show you a little trick to make life easier to run your cable back through, so that you don't have to keep wrestling with how you're going to run it, and it can basically go in the exact same place and routing as it did before. So Helen, bring that aerial over. Mount the whip and then we can route the aerial. Unhook cable before removing protective base. Fairly simple, straightforward this one. Cable through there. So this is just a 19mm socket, 19mm nut. Help hold the aerial in place as you're tightening up, which I've just noticed. It's a handy little square. It's alright, I haven't been on spanners. Haven't been using spanners for very long. Okay. Done. The whips. The base is on there, nice and tight. Now one thing I did notice was, which is going to make installing this so much easier, and even just running through the firewall, we don't have to find a big hole at the end of the cable to go through. It actually unscrews like so. Now I said before I'm going to show you an easy way to help you route this. Just take your two ends of your cable the old one and the new one. So if you're cutting the old one off, this is what you do. Just by far make life so much easier. Take your two ends, grab a bit of electrical tape. Grab your two ends and simply just tape them together like so. Just take them off later. Now all we need to do is actually just find the cable down in here and start pulling away. Just drag it through. Again, right there. As you can see, we've run it through, so we're just going to, I hope I brought them long enough, just going to tie this back up. Oh, barely. That's not even so. And all I'm doing is I'm just running this in the exact same routing as I previously had it. I'm just looking at this and I've done a really good job of waterproofing it. This will be fun. Look down there. You see? Seal that off so that on river crossings, up north we weren't going to get any water into the cabin. I mean, the reality is that didn't really matter because some idiot got stuck in there once. Got a little bit of wet carpet. Hey guys, what do you think of new shirts? Hey? Hit me up if you want one. Alright. And this is where we're going to have to head inside. And pull. Now it's just a matter of pulling it through. I'm now at the trickiest point, which is where I've taped the two cables together. So hopefully, fingers crossed, as I pull this through, it'll just pull the other one through. Just like that. Got him. We've now got everything, the whole cable through. Now we've got to connect it into the back of the actual radio unit itself. It's hidden in behind the center console. I'm going to have to pull the center console out, at least move it a little bit. Generally, consoles are pretty basic to get out. Only a couple of screws. All I need to do is just move the console back far enough that I can access the radio, which is in under here. So now I've got that undone. Now it's really just to wrap it all up. Righto, remember that bit we pulled off earlier? Okay. Now we just find our cable. We've got to put that on because we're ready to hook this up. Find the end of our cable, get the old cable out the way because we don't need that anymore. Old cable out the way. Put it over there so it looks like a black snake. Scare the crap out of myself later. And we just need to screw this little fella in. Tighten it so it won't come out. An 11mm and an 8mm. Oh. You know what? Pretty clever old me to put out. No, back on. Super smart, mate. Done. tighten that one. Now we just screw it into the back of the radio. Basically it's all done now. Now I just need to put all back, put all the trimming back on, tidy it up. Alright, the last thing we need to do is fit the whip, like a jockey's whip. Screw it on there. I might get myself one of those 3.1 little extenders, just for up in the bush, just in case this one's no good. Screw that on to tighten up. And there we have it. And there we are. Our new GME antenna is all set, all good and all mounted. All ready to go and hit the tracks again and start communicating properly. Now if you want to see a full walkthrough of all the other modifications and bits and bobs I've got on the Triton, just go and check this video out here.